SeaWolves return to Silver Spurs Arena. Tonight, Orlando hosting South Central Division leading Milwaukee Wave. Good evening and welcome to Kissimmee, everybody, alongside Austin David. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks for joining us here for SeaWolves Soccer on MASL TV. Austin, the Wave, 13-3 on the season. They're division leaders, but one of those three losses came at the hands of the SeaWolves, 7-4. That was back on the 21st of January. You know they're ready for some vengeance tonight.
Oh, absolutely. They have vengeance on their mind. Ian Bennett was talking to Peter Sliwa last week, and he said, we're coming for you. And you know that they're coming ready to go because they're not playing after a back-to-back like they did last time.
We'll set up the matchup, have starting lineups right after this. You're watching SeaWolves Soccer on MASL TV.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been to...
Back in Kissimmee as we get set for the SeaWolves versus the Wave, round 2 of the South Central Division battle. If you look at the standings, you can see why it's so important, especially to the SeaWolves with a 500 record right now. Every win as they've reached the midpoint. This is the 13th game of the season for them. They're going to need every win possible to be able to catch Kansas City for that second playoff spot.
Right, and the biggest issue with that is the loss against Kansas City this past weekend, and then the rest of the way is almost back-to-back every single weekend. So you're going to have to manage the load that these guys are going to take on per game. You're going to have to pick and choose kind of which you pick the strongest lineup for and kind of strategize your way through that. So tonight we're seeing Heiner House in goal. Tomorrow we'll probably see Peter Sliwa in goal and a little bit of strategy going into that.
So the Florida Tropics come to town tomorrow night. So back-to-back as we take a look at Tom Traxler, the head coach of your SeaWolves, Tampa, Florida native, and a longtime soccer icon here in Central Florida. On the other side, Giuliano Olivero, who is 44 years old, getting final instructions to his Wave team, who come in 13-3, again, in firm control. And I think it's a foregone conclusion that the Wave will be in the playoffs, but they're going full strength tonight as far as the lineup. Ian Bennett, the league's leading goal scorer. Max Ferdinand, third in assist, will be in that lineup. Chino, Angel Curiel, Jonathan Santos, Mario Lete, and the keeper, Josh Lemos, one of the best in the league.
Yeah, and it's a star-studded lineup for this Milwaukee Wave team. One of the things that sets them apart from the rest of the teams in the league is they've been together the longest, right? They have that consistency. They've built that bond between each other, and they are good players to boot. So all of that combined just makes them so tough to beat, either on the road or at home.
Orlando will counter with the newcomer, Derek Huffman, making his home debut, longtime defender in the league, and a big acquisition according to Tom Traxler, plays with an edge. And he'll be paired up with Yoshi Sandoval to start. Mario Alvarez will be the midfielder. Second forward is Gordy Gerson, 7th in points in MASL, and Osvaldo Rojas will be the starting target.
Yeah, and you mentioned Derek Huffman. To say he plays with an edge is almost a bit of an understatement. He plays with a fiery edge. Watch him to try and mark down guys like Ian Bennett, guys like Max Ferdinand, all the guys up top that are going to cause problems for the SeaWolves.
Game on in Kissimmee as Orlando will attack left to right in the blue kits tonight. And the highlighter yellow/green for the Wave. And immediately Lemos pressed into duty and dives to his right. The nickname Spider-Man with the way he moves.
SeaWolves trying to come out the gate.
Alvarez will work it back to Yoshio Sandoval. And now sent all the way across. And the Wave will take possession and work it in transition. Ferdinand on the run. Has an option to the left and the right. Gets tripped up and will work to the corner. Gerson will collect, crosses the first yellow line, and back to Heiner House.
Good patience to the SeaWolves. Good breakup there on that counterattack. Gordy tracking all the way back as he usually does. He's both sides of the field kind of player, which makes him so invaluable to this team.
First shift is over for each team. Everybody is subbed out. Heiner ahead. Lewis Neal in the lineup now for the Orlando SeaWolves. We'll work it back to Lemos. And Drew Ruggles, the man with the best hairstyle in MASL, along that yellow line right now.
I always admire players with that kind of hairstyle because it's so easy to just get pulled back.
Yes.
You know, it's very
handle.
It's very tempting.
Tried to find Ruggles, overshot him a little bit, and now the SeaWolves will look to counter. Comes back off of Dudu Cruz, and now Heiner kind of got caught out a little bit. Showed his quality getting it out of trouble. And Rojas along that board. Ruggles will intercept. And Robert Reynaud, one of the more underrated players in the league, will complete his first shift. He's a player with 9 goals and 11 assists. So much talk with what Ferdinand and Bennett do. Sometimes he gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, and Renault played this last game here in Orlando. I think he got hurt in that game as well. So this is one of his first games back. He's going to, again, like the rest of this team, look for a little bit of revenge.
Milwaukee plays Sunday in St. Louis, but they are going full strength to get the win here tonight. They had a sour taste last time they left Central Florida. And they were on the second game of a back-to-back, I believe, that night. And we all know how that is on the road. And sure enough, the SeaWolves definitely know how that works. All the way to Lemos, being tracked by Mota. And along the boards it goes with a full head of steam.
So impressive. Ian Bennett still going after so many years in the league. He's still so fast, so quick with the ball. It's really impressive to watch.
35-year-old Canadian, again, leading the league. He's got 28 goals to go with 5 assists. Had 50 goals last year. That was among the league's best. And now Lemos goes down at the yellow line. There was contact there. And they didn't have another keeper in their 15 tonight, so this is of serious concern to Giuliano Oliveira. We'll stop the clock at 11:31 to go here in this first quarter.
I think he just got stepped on the ankle when he was going for the ball.
Oh, man.
That's tough. I mean, again, with Lemos, he didn't play the last game here for Milwaukee. Looks to be okay now, but again, without a backup goalkeeper on the roster, you do worry about those little instances that player goes down in goal and just kind of clutching his ankle for a little bit, but he's okay.
Making his 9th start of the season is Lemos. 4.39 goals against average. That's good for 4th in the league. The other keeper, Rafa Diaz, they started 8 games, so pretty much an even split. And our referees tonight, having a conference right now, Kermit Quisenberry is the ref, the senior referee Ramiro Cruz, the AR is Hassan Balnaya, and the 4th official Albert Escobar. So getting things sorted out. And getting ready for the restart here in this first quarter. So glad to have you along wherever you happen to be. If you're up in frigid Wisconsin, hope we can warm you up some wave soccer here tonight. Those of you watching on Nesson, hello to you as well. Gerson, the captain, leading scorer of this SeaWolves team that comes in 6-6. Turned over. Ferdinand will collect and lay it back. Chino wearing 28. One of the more aggressive players in the league, too. Bradley.
You see a little bit of the press that Orlando's trying to implement. They've been working on it the best part of the season, and they've been trying to perfect it as much as possible. And you see a lot of the goals that they've had this season have come off those high-pressure situations where they're pressing the back line and causing turnovers.
Pressing a team the quality of the Wave, though, can have its disadvantages.
Exactly right.
So good on the ball and been together for such a long time, and talking with some of the guys this week at training. So much respect being shown. This may be a new team here in Orlando, but a lot of these guys have put in a lot of years in the MASL, and before that, the MISL, so on and so forth. Staying on the attack, Chino. Angel Curiel, the Mexican. Now back to Ruggles. There's Lemos all the way out in front of his bench. That's where you know you want to be sure-footed. Getting into the attack and run perfectly by Sandoval, who's trucking. Finds Rojas, and Ozzy stuck along the boards. Can only play back to Neal. Quick shift change.
You see Neto getting the ball here.
Neal, quality ball into the corner. Neto will collect. And this is his first home game, too.
Yes, indeed. He's played 4 road games to this point. Scored 4 goals as well. Had some good games in his SeaWolves, limited action in his SeaWolves uniform.
Has 3 goals and assists coming in, formerly of Syracuse, Cedar Rapids, and Harrisburg, where he played with Tiago, who happens to be injured. And Tom Traxler said he's been our best player over the last month. Get a turn inside of the area.
Good chance for
Rojas continuing to battle, and the big man coming out of there.
And you mentioned Tiago and the loss that he represents for this team, just the creativity that he brought. You know, the first few games of the season without Tiago and the games that he's actually played in, you can see a huge difference in the way that this team plays with the ball in the offensive end. He's got good technical ability. He's got quick feet. He may not run the fastest, but he's very deceptive with the ball, and he can really create for this team. So losing him, you have to have other players step up. You have players like Gordy Gerson, Osvaldo Rojas. You know, those guys fed off of what Tiago was able to do for them, and now those guys need to step up in their own right.
First line attackers back in here for Milwaukee with Bennett and Ferdinand. Tracking back here, the number 10, Ricardinho. Touching the ball by Vandergrift. Chested forward, turned over. Vandergrift will dump it to the other end. Bennett waits and he scores! 8:23 here in the first quarter, and Milwaukee have struck first.
Can't give Ian Bennett the time and the space that they allowed him there. Huffman with the chest down, and to no one in particular, he was caught flat-footed, and Bennett was right behind the line for the goal.
League leading 29th goal of the season. And it doesn't matter if it's a tough angle. Just let it rip.
Again, with a player like that, with his quality, as soon as he gets the ball down there, one-on-one with the keeper, it's game over.
Squeeze it in behind House, who's been beaten now for the first time tonight. Yoshi will collect on the attacking half. Chasing a 1-0 score line here of the SeaWolves. We got a foul and should be free kick coming to the SeaWolves. As the ball will be laid down.
This is going to be a good portion of, I think, where Orlando's going to get a good portion of their chances, just because of the lack of quality missing Thiago in the open field. Set pieces are going to have the best opportunity for them to score.
Laid back. Not exactly, as Neto will have to release it back.
And we're not even mentioning Victor France, who's out as well with a hamstring injury.
That's right.
He's another one of those guys that can create opportunities, and missing both of them, it's a killer.
Yeah, we talked to Tom Traxler at training. He said this is going to be a tough ask this week. If we can come out of here with at least a win, we'll call it a victory on the weekend. Some of our best players out. Good work by Reynaud.
He may not be the most athletic guy, but Robert Reynaud, just a big body up front.
Bennett back on the ball. Looks to close him down. He works to the left side. The target waiting in front. Mota helps win the ball. The chase is on for Alvarez. Again, the defense was up to the task. Jonathan Santos, the Brazilian.
Comes a bit of pressure now.
Coming near is Huffman. And it will be SeaWolves ball. We've reached the midway point of this first half. 1-0 Milwaukee. Will be right back on MASL TV.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Back in Kissimmee, and the SeaWolves chasing a 1-0 game. Ian Bennett's goal. Milwaukee here on the road, playing on the front foot. SeaWolves play here again tomorrow night against their rivals, the Florida Tropics. Huffman with the hold-up.
It's a quick note on that Bennett goal. That's the 12th goal in the first quarter that the SeaWolves have conceded all season. It's actually the least amount of goals that they've scored in each quarter out of all of them.
Lemos. The Andre Hain, the 6'3" Brazilian target. He and Huffman ready to do some battle. Huffman's a pretty big fella, but go against him. Well, here comes the press.
That's why you bring in a guy like Huffman, to mark those guys up top that are just big and can physically body you off the ball.
Energy with Mendoza denying that opportunity. A bit of a dump and chase. Hain into the boards with Huffman on his back. He'll work it out of there, and it'll be SeaWolves ball.
The ref got a little bit caught up in that one. It's always interesting because the refs are just as much a part of the game as everything else. So you can play it off the boards, you can play it off the ref. You know, it's all fair game. But when it gets to those situations where it's getting tight and the people are closing in on the ball, the ref's just trying to get out of there.
Hold your ground, man.
Yeah. You'll see him occasionally jump onto the boards, and there's another foul.
Ruggles knocks down Mendoza.
And the last time these two teams played, you saw how physical it was. You know, Milwaukee is, in general, a physical team. It's going to be up to Orlando to try and work through it.
Milwaukee physical, but very smart physical team. Looking down to Neto. He's a little bit undersized as Neto, but so strong. That's why he's in that target position here for Tom Traxler's crew.
A lot of those balls off the boards he's able to get to, just like this one right here. He's got great quality, good touch, able to hold the ball up against the bigger defenders as well.
Cruz there to Edwin Rojas, Alvarez, and the wave and Stuart Grable not giving an inch of ground here. Winding under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Milwaukee 1, Orlando 0. Sent down the board, safely in the hands of Lemos. And here comes Ferdinand, along with Reynaud. Vital win from Sandoval. Plays it square, Alvarez waits.
You see how diligent Milwaukee are in defense. You know, they know exactly when to press the ball. They watch for the heavier touch. They watch for any little movement from the players to be able to give themselves an advantage. And like you said, they're just very smart about it.
Alvarez really can't even ask a question right now of the Waves defenders. And Ozzy Rojas. And from distance, looking to have that deflect off. Didn't work. Sandoval. Under 4 to go here, first quarter.
Edwin just didn't get a good piece of that shot. Kind of topped it off the top of the ball.
Alvarez into the corner. Rojas waits. And this will be off of Milwaukee Wave, and so we'll have the corner.
Get another set piece opportunity for the SeaWolves here. They got to take advantage and at least get a shot on goal. It's been, since the first minute that they've actually had a shot. Actually, they've had 2 shots total in this game so far.
Refresh those stats for us on MASLsoccer.com. One off the board. And safely in the hands of Lemos.
Again, Derek Huffman. Just being that safety valve in the back.
You know, he's a good defender. You put him in the starting lineup after just joining the team. Foul against Orlando here. We'll remind you that the MASL now is a podcast. Join host Craig Elston as he talks to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and takes you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast. We'll wait the restart here. 3:18 to play. Held up by Bennett. It's already got 1 goal tonight. Lemos to Chino. Who can be a maestro with the ball at his feet. Orlando at this point looks like they're just playing to survive.
We got Gordy up front if he can get it to him.
Rojas, no.
3 different Milwaukee defenders right on him.
And commit the foul. A lot of hipping and hollering down below. Santos not really to give the ball up.
That's the thing with Ozzy. He's just a workhorse down there. He'll absorb as much contact as needed to get the ball away. And he's very good when that contact comes. He's able to stay up. He doesn't go down very easily, at least. Why he's so key to this Orlando attack.
Gerson will just keep possession. Here's Neal. Serves it all the way across. Neto can't collect. And that will be worked near side now across halfway.
Great little stuff by Huffman there. Huff the Stuff, as he's known on Twitter.
Huff the Stuff. Mendoza. Bring that dose of energy against this physical Milwaukee team, especially in the midfield. It has been a tough sled here. The first 13 minutes, 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
And in the back of the mind for the SeaWolves, they've got a back-to-back. They play tomorrow night.
So how much energy are you willing to expend?
That's the thing you'll see tonight. It's with this team especially, you know, best team in the league right now in terms of the East and the division as well. Just got to play it smart because the next game.
Chino with the hook right in front of the Orlando bench. Again, you're just conceding a foul there, so not really a bad play.
Allows for Orlando to get some fresh bodies in off the change.
Now turned over. Ruggles will chip the keeper and score. And the salute for Ruggles with 1:29 to go as House was caught way out of his box. And Ruggles has his 10th goal of the season and his team up 2-0.
I was just kind of lazy. You know, Johnny with the poor touch, House off his line. Not great communication by the SeaWolves there. And again, another mistake and they pay for it. Credit to Ruggles, though. That was a great little touch there you had.
So now things getting a little bit more tough for the SeaWolves here with just 90 seconds to go. Now credit to Ruggles to notice that Heiner was out of his box. And when you turn a ball over in the MASL, it can go from defense to offense so quick. One kick gets it to the other end or inside the net. Alvarez, and there'll be a turnover off the hand of Alvarez. Now this Milwaukee team took it personal. They lost here in January. How about 3-0 off of the near post?
Again, just miscommunication. Some people just aren't picking up the runners going forward.
And great energy here from the Wave to start. 50 seconds to go. Orlando's having trouble getting out of their own end. Cruz continuing to joust, comes away with it. We're one to the line.
Excellent job by Dudu. Finish that one.
On the back post, saved. I believe it was Vandergriff who saved it off the line. And now going into the attack, Ferdinand one-on-one. Ferdinand saved by Heiner House. End-to-end action here. Ricardinho loses the handle.
That's the thing with House. He's good on those one-on-ones. If you give him a chance and you cut down the angle like House did, he's got a good balance, good saving ability. But when you turn it over and you kind of leave him out to dry, that's when it gets a lot harder.
Headed down with 5 seconds to go. Alvarez got to turn and get a shot quick.
Ooh.
And Ricardinho down for the count as time expires. And that looked painful.
Yikes. Ricardinho right off the face.
Come back, take a closer look. Right after this, end of one, Milwaukee 2, Orlando nothing on MASL TV.
Hey, so how you guys doing out there? SeaWolves fans, make some noise.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now, and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, especially if you've struggled with medical bills, divorce, student loans, job loss, and more. And millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. This leads to a lower credit score. That's why you need credit repair now. We'll communicate with your creditors and the credit bureaus to address unfairly reported items, late payments, collections, charge-offs, and even bankruptcies. And that can lead to a higher credit score. Our proven process has resulted in past clients seeing on average 11 negative items removed from their credit report and a 40-point increase after the first 4 months in our program. Start working on your credit today. Call now to start repairing your credit score so that you can work towards getting the things you want, like a new car, new home, an education, or new job. Plus, call now and request your credit report and credit score for free in minutes.
Call 1-800-776-1642. That's 1-800-776-1642.
Sometimes.
We are back here at Silver Spurs Arena in Kissimmee. Jeff Radcliffe, Austin David, and our entire Gemstone crew happy to bring you the pictures. Not a happy first quarter for the Orlando SeaWolves here against the top dogs in the South Central Division. The Milwaukee Wave coming in 13-3. Goals from Ian Bennett and Drew Ruggles in that first quarter. We'll switch sides, see if attacking left makes any difference. Shots even, amazingly, at 5 apiece.
So every shot that Orlando's taken has been blocked by that defense.
Get down to Neto. Really, it's one and done. I'm not going to call a foul. Clean challenge, sure. Schmerman. Lewis Neal on the ball with Ricardinho daring him. Ricardinho saw him go down right at the end of that first quarter. He got up quickly in our break. And Gerson to the rescue. That's off of Milwaukee, so an opportunity here for Orlando to maybe cut this lead in half.
Well, you got Richard Schmerman at the top of the box. He's got the hot left foot as of late. Scored a lot of long-distance goals over the last few games. The first one that he scored of the season came against this team.
Schmerman, big win there, just the yellow line. Instead, it comes out to Bennett again. Bennett tripped up at the halfway line. Ferdinand will keep the run going. Cut to his right. Bennett makes that run. Leaves it to Chino. And Milwaukee back in attacking formation once more. Working in on Schmerman, rather, and over the bar it goes. And
it's like
it was tipped by Heiner, yeah.
Yeah. You can see Heiner banging on the glass, trying to get his guys hyped up a little bit, try and get their attention.
They might have been inside their own yellow line for most of this game. Ferdinand over the ball. Bennett will swing through. Heiner saw it the whole way. Collapses and has it.
Luckily, Bennett didn't get the greatest of touches on that one.
Sherm's lost the handle a bit. Back to Heiner House. Quick change for Orlando. A goal could really at least change their fortunes. Give them a little bit of belief. That one off of Orlando. No. Milwaukee's objections notwithstanding. And the referees will talk this over.
.50 ball, you know, why not? If you're not sure, go with the first call.
SeaWolves will put this in play. Lemos getting everybody organized for the Wave. Milwaukee Wave, 6 overall indoor championships. And we're decorated indoor teams. And they will keep it 2-0. Poked over the bar by Lemos. It flew up in slow motion.
It's a great strike by Edwin Rojas. He's had actually the most shots, I believe, from this SeaWolves team so far this game.
Denied off the foot of Alvarez. Chases on for that second ball. Ruggles gets to it. Alvarez back to House. See, the tactical adjustments are made. This is going to be sent all the way out. Got a little air under that one there, Heiner.
Yeah, I think with Heiner, you know, he's great with his hands, great with reaction saves. He's still got a little bit of work to do with some of the distribution, though. One thing I'll say about that.
Chino. Headed for Ruggles. Intercepted by Yoshi Sandoval. Alvarez to collect. Work it back to Heiner. Pressure comes immediately. And Mendoza can't track it down. One of those many outdoor players that have had good careers for the Orlando SeaWolves that are still trying to make that adjustment. They have their moments of brilliance, but playing the angles and such, the tactics, the strategy sometimes is taking some catching up. That one off of Orlando. They'll concede possession once more.
And just going back to the goalkeeper situation with Orlando, right? You have Peter playing a lot of games and you have Heiner playing a lot of games. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses. The thing with Peter is he's got really soft feet and he's great in distribution. He's almost like a sixth attacker out there sometimes with the way he's able to get the ball up and pinpoint, passes. But then he's not as athletic as Heiner is. So you kind of trade off and you have to, again, go back to the whole tactical situation. Who do you need in certain games?
Yep. Depending what type of team you're playing. House got the victory against this Milwaukee Wave team once before. Why not? Try him back out there. 12 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the second quarter. Orlando's been skunked thus far. Turned over, running in Mendoza. Huffman, a big swing of the leg, and that one off of Milwaukee, out of play.
The entire Wave team is incredibly angry at the referee for something. I'll call it top of the box here, I think. And they're arguing against it.
It's going to land at the dot at the top of the arc. Okay, SeaWolves have been one and done in a lot of these. Schmerman trying to squeak it through on the backside was Lewis Neal. And again, it's Lemos throwing the bones.
He is one of the better keepers in the league, and he is showing his quality tonight. 2 big saves right on that one, but he's had a few others with goals that probably should have been scored by Orlando.
Yoshi again, it'll be Schmerman to lay it off. Gerson, swing of the right leg, can't get it through. Little clearance on the bicycle. Yeah, good job by Orlando to keep possession once more. And nothing even got close to the keeper that time. Schmerman again, ill-advised, and now here comes the counter.
Schmerman loves those long shots that he takes, but you see right there, those situations where they get blocked and they get stopped right dead underneath the foot of someone, that's when it really kills you, because then they can counter pretty easily. Luckily for Orlando, they were able to stop him and hold him back.
Bennett and Liete both check on. Ferdinand will chase there with Neto.
Oh, nice assist from the referee there.
We'll take it. 7-on-6. Sandoval. That's Heiner out right. Pressure comes from Ricardinho.
You see Lewis Neal out there. Every time there's a bit of fast-paced stuff going on.
Woo! That one got all the way through into the breadbasket of Lemos. Go ahead.
Neal always seems to just calm things down. He's always just settling everyone down and saying, calm down, we've got this. And
Liete to his right foot, works it in front. And good job by Neal to be there.
Lucky
that the opportunity.
Lucky that Ricardinho missed the ball completely on that one, because he was a bit unmarked.
Liete to his right, Reynaud, left back. And struggling to clear here, Mota. Neal trying to settle it down. Again, guy who's played as many games as he's had in MLS and in England. And his technical quality likely the best on the team.
I think he's got over 300 games played since back in his old Stoke City days.
Lou, his 24 that they've loved in Orlando now for years. 37 years old, still going strong.
Scored the first ever goal in Orlando City preseason history back in 2011.
On the championship. And that one will go out off of Milwaukee. And SeaWolves will have possession here. They'll make some changes along the lines. Lou, 100 appearances in all competitions for Orlando City. He only played 1 year in USL with them the first time, then came back, played a year in an MLS, and then USL with OCB. On frame and in. Gerson makes it count. And it's 2-1.
Exactly what Orlando needed. Just a quick strike right off the hands of Lemos. And now you've got a goal. You've got a little bit of something to work with and a little bit of momentum to boot.
Team leading 20th goal for Gordy Gerson. He just let it fly.
It was another one of those set piece opportunities right off the corner kick.
So Sandoval will get the assist on that one.
That's his 10th assist on the season, I believe.
Correct. So at 9:33, scoreline cut in half.
So now we see the response from Milwaukee after giving up a goal. The shutout is gone. It's very rare you'll get a shutout in ASL.
Highly unlikely. I think there's only been one all season. It was Mississauga versus Florida. I'm not correct, in a game that Florida had like 8 players.
Very possible.
They're at the point in their season where they've cut some players loose. They've been starting 12. It'll be interesting to see what they do here tomorrow night in a rivalry match. As they're bringing up the rear in the South Central. Milwaukee looking for a response here after the Gerson goal. Bradley. Chasing into the corner. Left back off the wall. Huffman fired up to clear that one. And into the crowd it goes. Two-1 the score. 8:43 to go before halftime. And Gordy Gerson, who had the goal, 7th in the league in points.
Great block there by Neto. Poor turnover by Huffman, though.
Off the wall and front again. It'll stay with Milwaukee. Viega. Bennett to the right, option to try to play that through. Job by Neto back defensively. Reynaud. Dancing on the ball. Neto strong arming him and getting him out of there. Deliberately slowed down here by Milwaukee. Liete, now Bennett.
See, Orlando at one point, they just had everyone behind that yellow line. It's kind of in a defensive shell for the most part. Now they've actually spread it out, but this could be dangerous here.
Bennett rolls it into the center, leaves it right. Chino, and his only play back. To Lemos, 29-year-old keeper. Oh, Yoshi out jumping everybody there. Bennett, Mota. Mendoza, the Cruz, Inside the board, gets all the way forward and can only hook it in.
Cruz has got pinned back on the board there. Couldn't really do much with it. Now getting some pressure from Orlando. Pays dividends, but it's again, Gordy passing it right to no one. There's been a few of those instances tonight where SeaWolves players are trying to head it down to where someone's supposed to be, but then they're not there.
That person's not there.
Yeah. Despite all that, they're still in the game. They're only down one here in the second quarter against a very good Milwaukee team.
You just stay within shouting distance until the end and take a quick timeout. Milwaukee 2, Orlando 1 on MASL TV.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new pocket hose brass bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot pocket hose brass bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot jet nozzle free. Order now and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Back in Kissimmee, halfway through the second quarter, 6:40 in fact to go. Milwaukee out to a 2-0 lead until Gerson struck, 9:33 mark. Sandoval the assist.
Exactly what Orlando needed. Now they just need to work through it, play within themselves, don't get too pressed when Milwaukee starts sending people at you.
SeaWolves of Orlando now out shooting the Wave 14-6. I would never believe it if somebody told me that, but that's what it says according to the website.
Again, it's credit to the defense of Milwaukee. Just all the blocks in front of goal, all those set pieces that they had. Every time there's a ball in, there's 3 people blocking the ball heading towards goal, and if that doesn't happen, then you've got the goalkeeper in there as well.
Haven't had any penalties to speak of yet, but the night is young. And inside, Ferdinand will turn and shoot. Nearly had the assist.
Okay, good reaction save by Heiner House.
And Bradley sitting there in front waiting to pounce.
Heavy touch. Good opportunity to capitalize now if they got a push.
Rojas leaves it. Cruz. Eduardo seeing it back from Neal.
Cruz
slow it down.
Cruz only a few games off his first ever hat trick in MASL, first ever goal that he scored. That was against the Florida Tropics just a few games ago.
Hey, anytime a defender's getting a hat trick, yeah, it's been a good night for your side.
Right place, right time for him.
Looked in front, Gerson battling Ruggles, and now Lemos to clear it. Let's settle for House. Take a touch. Vital
Been in the
win
middle
here.
Of nowhere.
And Chino will be held up and fouled.
And a blue card as well. Goalkeeper out. Yeah,
he was in on goals. He had to do it. And 2 minutes, and he booked to Cruz here. And of course, Orlando's players will try to make their case.
I think the question is who's going in the box. It looks like Rojas. So Rojas will get 2 minutes, and Milwaukee will be on the power play, which is, well, in a game this close, could be very dangerous. You just got back into the game with a goal from Gerson. Got 5 minutes left in this half. Well, all you got to do is survive at this point.
Orlando's SeaWolves with the 7th best penalty kill in the league at 60%. Milwaukee Wave with the 11th best power play at 41%.
And Orlando at one point in the season was one of the best, if not the best, in power play kills. You know, a lot of the games that they've had in away games on back-to-backs, those have been what really killed them. Yeah, those have been.
At home, they've been really,
and
really
they've
solid.
called a penalty as well, so this could be a very quick power play.
So 2 minutes plus the penalty. It will be Ferdinand to roll it in. We'll leave it to the backside, and that was ill-advised. So nothing coming from the penalty. The SeaWolves survived that. Now they're trying to kill it off.
Tried to be too cute with it, did Ferdinand. He's looking for his 21st assist. He's not a goal scorer. He passes the ball. He's trying to get Ian Bennett and stuff the stats a little bit.
That was read well by Orlando. 4:52 here. Now 1:36 left on the man advantage.
And credit to Johnny Mendoza. You know, his speed is a game changer for this SeaWolves team. He just came right in and blocked it away, and then Heiner House able to get another tap on it.
I'll file that moment away. See if we can pull it back up in the 4th. Vera. Ferdinand tried to get it through House. Not that time.
House held his ground, made himself big. Outstretched his hands. Now you got to close that down.
1:10 to go on the penalty. House will have to play it with his foot. And Sandoval a chance to clear if he can get around to it.
Good job by the Orlando defense and Heiner House.
Lete. Now Chino. Chino at the yellow line, near side. Sit down low.
You're halfway through the 2
Chino
minutes.
Off the face of Cruz. It looked like it didn't even hurt him. Boarded in. And it will be a call in favor of Milwaukee.
So it was headed out by Chino. The original call was that there was an elbow. And now the other refs are going to talk about it. Because it was definitely off a Milwaukee player. They headed it out.
And they'll have a meeting of the minds.
And so it will be a foul called, I guess.
41 seconds remain on the penalty to Edwin Rojas. Chino to restart things for Milwaukee. Wave up 2-1. Bennett on the back post. Ferdinand, he's not a goal scorer, you said. Not that time.
I think he learned from his first time.
He heard you say that. So there he's got his goal, his 8th of the season. And also the backside and a cleanup on aisle 24 for Max Ferdinand.
Yeah, just taking the little deflection, popping it up in the air. It didn't go straight to Ferdinand on the back stick, but he was open and, well, he finished it. Fairly simple for him, and 40 seconds left. That's unfortunate for the power play because Orlando was doing well with a lot of those defensive stops.
Take a look at that replay again.
Unlucky.
A lot easier on the man advantage. One less defender. Ferdinand made it count. And Ian Bennett gets the assist on that. So even strength, but 3-1 now to the Milwaukee Wave. Held back by Sandoval. And racing to the ball was Viega. Wave have been coming in waves all night. Tracking Viega again to the boards and played back to Ruggles. Had goal number 2 tonight. 3:08 to go in the half. 2 even strengths and 1 power play as far as the goal scoring for the Waves thus far. And an opportunity here for Reynaud. Good control to his left in front. Goal! Andre Hain puts it in the old onion bag.
That all started from Drew Ruggles in the back going against 2 defenders. Orlando was pressing him. He was able to get away, start the counterattack. Only Huffman was back for the SeaWolves, and well, when you give them advantages like that, they're going to make you pay like they have so far tonight.
So
that's 2 goals in quick succession for Milwaukee now.
So goals here, not even a minute apart. Now it's starting here as we go close to halftime. 2:55 to go. Cream starting to rise. You don't want to be out of this game before the break. And you need a reaction if you're Tom Traxler's team. And run ragged here. Again, remember, Milwaukee, again, not off the back-to-back tonight. And a whistle and some frustration from the SeaWolves bench.
It's understandable. Getting in on goal and having it called back. Second time tonight for Osvaldo Rojas.
They're playing. Neal definitely brought down. Cruz is clattered down. Bennett got all of it.
I think that may have been less of a foul than the other one on the other end.
Neal to restart. Lewis out of a jam. And Huffman had hands around. .210 to go. 4-1 wave. The dump and chase. Neal at the halfway line as we turn under 2 minutes. Cruz. Good work by LSO. Lon Oliveira does a lot of that thankless work for this Milwaukee Wave team. Former MISL Rookie of the Year, Oliveira. Cruz works it inside. Swept away. .124 to go. Neto. And Bradley comes away with it. Now Chino. Vandergriff. He'll give it a go to the back post, and Neal will make no mistake. He will put it up into the air. Off the rafters it goes. That would have been a backside finish for 5-1. Liete to restart. 1:06 to play here in the half. Bennett looking for that back red line. Liete. Lemos and O'Neal with a little bit of half pressure. Schmerman on to do the same thing. Space to operate. Santos. Reynaud getting the feed. Beautiful little no-look pass from Ferdinand. 35 seconds left. Neto along the near boards. Mota will climb over the wall. Ferdinand corrals it. As Reynaud to the right, Schmerman sticks him. 15 seconds here in this half. Gerson, the big swing, certainly was a hopeful shot. 8 seconds to go. Milwaukee looking to finish strong. 3 seconds. Reynaud holding his face. And with .6 on the clock. Time for one last kick. And time expires. So the second quarter started well for the Orlando SeaWolves, but they concede 2 more. They go into the half trailing by 3. It is Milwaukee 4, Orlando 1. And we now hear from the head coach, Tom Traxler.
That's what I made of it. Wasn't good. We need to be better. We need to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. We need to stop doing dumb things.
Fair enough. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys upstairs.
That first half, 4-1 Milwaukee here on MASL TV.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now, and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, especially if you've struggled with medical bills, divorce, student loans, job loss, and more. And millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. This leads to a lower credit score. That's why you need credit repair now. We'll communicate with your creditors and the credit bureaus to address unfairly reported items, late payments, collections, charge-offs, and even bankruptcies. And that can lead to a higher credit score. Our proven process has resulted in past clients seeing on average 11 negative items removed from their credit report and a 40-point increase after the first 4 months in our program. Start working on your credit today. Call now to start repairing your credit score so that you can work towards getting the things you want, like a new car, new home, an education, or new job. Plus, call now and request your credit report and credit score for free in minutes.
Call 1-800-776-1642. That's 1-800-776-1642.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Halftime at Silver Spurs Arena. It is 4-1 Milwaukee, looking the part of the top team in the Eastern Conference and in the South Central Division. We'll be right back and recap half number one right after this on MASL TV.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now, and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430. Bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, especially if you've struggled with medical bills, divorce, student loans, job loss, and more. And millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. This leads to a lower credit score. That's why you need credit repair now. We'll communicate with your creditors and the credit bureaus to address unfairly reported items, late payments, collections, charge-offs, and even bankruptcies. And that can lead to a higher credit score. Our proven process has resulted in past clients seeing on average 11 negative items removed from their credit report and a 40-point increase after the first 4 months in our program. Start working on your credit today. Call now to start repairing your credit score so that you can work towards getting the things you want, like a new car, new home, an education, or new job. Plus, call now and request your credit report and credit score for free in minutes.
Call 1-800-776-1642. That's 1-800-776-1642.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Back in Kissimmee at the half, 4-1 Milwaukee. Jeff Radcliffe, Austin David. So we recap what we saw in half number one. Take a look at the stats in this one, Austin.
It's been a rough going for the SeaWolves here. Milwaukee has come out and they have done exactly what they need to do to capitalize on the mistakes that Orlando has made. And now Orlando need to fix some things at halftime. They're going into the locker room. You could hear Tom Traxler was not happy. We need to stop shooting ourselves in the foot is what he said. And that's where we're standing right now.
SeaWolves out shooting the Wave 14-11, but trail on the scoreboard 4-1. One of those goals were of the power play variety. As the two in the first quarter, Bennett and Ruggles, then Ferdinand on the feed from Bennett, and then Hain to make it 4-1 with a little under 3 minutes to go. Take a look at what we had. We did have the one goal for Gordy Gerson. And the feed was from Sandoval.
And again, it was just a rough going for the SeaWolves. They made a lot of silly mistakes in the back. That first goal, you saw that it just, it was just a poor touch. Second goal, another one, just chipped over top of house. Orlando finally get one back through Gordy, but then two straight goals from Milwaukee in succession within a minute. And that's where we're at now.
Well, it is 4-1. We come back after this second half action. The Milwaukee Wave looking for their 14th win of the season against just 3 losses.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never. Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now, and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, especially if you've struggled with medical bills, divorce, student loans, job loss, and more. And millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. This leads to a lower credit score. That's why you need credit repair now. We'll communicate with your creditors and the credit bureaus to address unfairly reported items, late payments, collections, charge-offs, and even bankruptcies. And that can lead to a higher credit score. Our proven process has resulted in past clients seeing on average 11 negative items removed from their credit report and a 40-point increase after the first 4 months in our program. Start working on your credit today. Call now to start repairing your credit score so that you can work toward getting the things you want, like a new car, new home, an education, or new job. Plus, call now and request your credit report and credit score for free in minutes.
Call 1-800-776-1642. That's 1-800-776-1642.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Getting set for second half action. SeaWolves trailing by a scoreline of 4-1. Jeff Radcliffe, Austin David. And what do you think the SeaWolves need to do here? Obviously, Greg Popovich going into the locker room was not thrilled with the performance of the club. We're going to see a change in keeper to start, and maybe that sparks this team.
Yeah, we talked about the difference in keepers between Heiner House and Peter Sliwa. It's just the need in this instance is going to be a soft-footed keeper that they can use as a safety valve, and Peter Sliwa is that keeper on the roster. So he's dressed tonight. It's not often that both keepers are dressed. So this is the opportunity for Peter to kind of come out here and get this team back into it.
A reminder, it's a back-to-back first night, so they know, Tom Traxler and his staff know that the energy you expelled tonight, that you put out there, you won't have back for tomorrow, so you kind of have to really play the weekend as one full game, really, and manage things. So at what point do you start looking ahead to tomorrow night to assure you get the W?
I think maybe depending on where you are midway through the third quarter is where you kind of start making your decisions and you go from there. But at this point, you're only down 3 goals. Maybe a lot more in outdoor than indoor.
Yes.
Orlando definitely has the ability to come back into this They just need to stop, like Tom said, shooting themselves in the foot and making silly errors.
Now the schedule maker's not kind to Orlando here in their first season. They got a back-to-back tonight, but then they go on the road and have a game at Kansas City next Friday, and then Saturday at Milwaukee. 8:35 start in Kansas City, then an 8-hour drive to Milwaukee for a 2:05 start the next day. Hashtag thanks.
That's going to be the
but
hardest.
That is life in the MASL. Every team has those nights and those weekends.
That is going to be a tough drive. I can never imagine trying to do that.
All the way down to Ferdinand the other side, and immediately Sliva's tested. Again, the change at keeper, Peter Sliva.
A welcome to the game moment for Peter there.
No kidding.
It's another one of those issues. Osvaldo had Yoshi and then waited a little bit too long. Yoshi started making the run that Osvaldo thought Osvaldo wanted. Turns out it was trying to play it back, and just another miscommunication issue.
Gordy will look for that back stick. Rojas will collect. And Sandoval.
Almost looks as if Milwaukee's kind of taken a bit of the foot off the pedal here. If I don't know, there seems to be a bit more space for Orlando to do some work. It still does close down pretty quickly.
Yoshi forcing the wave, keeping that defensive posture. Alvarez, Huffman can play it back to Sliva. Gerson down the line. Ruggles throws a forearm and will be called for that one. And we'll have the restart in the end for the SeaWolves.
Where the first goal came from. You hope that you get another opportunity to score again. It'll be Huffman on this. See if he drives it towards goal or maybe leaves it off for Rojas in the corner.
Huffman of Elgin, Illinois will get it started into Rojas coming all the way back out. Yoshi at the point. And Alvarez, his left foot, plays it into Rojas. And good defense from Milwaukee once more. They'll get their change. Neal hops aboard for the SeaWolves. Coming in there to bail out Rojas. A bit of a dummy back to Huffman.
Bit of a stumble there from Dudu. Luckily, Slee was there.
Huffman playing off the ball. Gerson there to win it. He'll come off. Mendoza on. 4-1 Milwaukee. Bennett, Ruggles, Ferdinand, and Hain, the scorers for the visitors. So the Wave gunning for their 7th indoor championship in their history this year, and a second best record in the league as of now, with San Diego first. One of 3 games this week and only one tonight here in the MASL. Dudu Cruz. So down the line. Bennett trying to go around. He read the ball back from.
He knew that was going right back to Peter. That's a crafty veteran move right there.
Bennett's
guy who's been around the game long enough that he knows exactly what's coming next.
Bennett, 35 years young.
Sure doesn't play like he's 35.
Yeah. He knows
his numbers back that up too.
Successful outdoor career too. Playing the USL with Richmond, Rochester, Charleston. I'm sure he and Lewis Neal have crossed paths once or twice.
That was pre-USL Pro. If I'm
11-19 here in the third. And read perfectly by Grable. Here come Milwaukee.
That was a bit of a tough ask for that pass to try and get through 3 different defenders.
Bennett from distance, he shoots, he scores. It is 5-1. There's his brace. 2 goals tonight for the league leading scorer. Ian Bennett now on 30 goals.
Space, time, and, well, it's Ian Bennett. What more do I need to say? 30 goals speaks for itself, but the guy's a machine. You can see how hyped he is now, too.
Well, they took this loss here on the 21st of January with a 7-4 decision on the second leg of a back-to-back. And Orlando deserved that win, but Milwaukee immediately started looking towards the rematch. And tonight fully rested and having their way here in the first.
It's a culmination of things for Orlando right now. You know, just again, the little mental mistakes that they've made so far. The subtraction of Victor France as well as Thiago Freitas, and the fact that Milwaukee is hitting their stride at this point in the season. They've got almost everybody healthy at this point in the season as well. And already being one of the best teams in the league, going against a team that's preparing for a back-to-back tomorrow night.
Ferdinand safely in the gut of Sliva. Well, this is just the second of the 4 meetings for these South Central rivals.
Yeah, good. That's going to be the next 2 in Milwaukee, if I'm right.
On the 9th, which is coming up a little over a week and a half.
Yeah, Milwaukee is not a fun place to play if you're a visitor.
A black turf.
I love the turf, though. I do love the turf.
We'll also play again the 31st. Been talking with Tom Traxler what he hopes, especially that game in the 31st, so that Milwaukee's got it all wrapped up and start resting guys.
That is the hope, because at this point, sitting at 500 right now for the SeaWolves with the game tomorrow, you know, they got to start kind of looking toward the future at this point. Hate to say it, but you got to start thinking a little bit ahead. If they can get a goal within the next 3 to 4 minutes, maybe things change.
Yeah, but the energy you're going to have to put out,
right,
get back in it, and then at the same time try to win it, could hurt you tomorrow.
Thing is, though, you're at home. You always want to try and win your games at home.
Well, Milwaukee is good as advertised so far tonight. And again, your point, though, no Victor France, no Thiago Freitas. 2 of the better attacking players, not just on this team, but in the league.
And now Gordy's back arguing with the ref.
And Alvarez. And she tries to settle.
Here comes that pressure again.
Pressure has been a problem tonight. All the way back.
So composed with the ball.
Huffman saves it. Yoshi Sandoval back to Huffman, and the wave will drop off. Good ball in to Mendoza.
No one there.
Wants a foul call, didn't get it.
The space was there, the player wasn't.
You need both to happen, right? 8:41 to go here in the third, 5-1. 50-50. Neto couldn't get there. Ferdinand back on the ball, the maestro.
He's got 2 in between him.
We'll cut to his left. Ferdinand to the back stick.
He's
looking for Viega. Ooh. Mendoza got trucked.
I think he was more looking for the call at that point. He went down a little bit too easy. I think the ref saw that.
I know calling for it here on the near side. Come back and get it. Whoa. Lemos.
And watching this team, this Milwaukee team here, compared to when they played them in January here, it does look like almost a completely different team. SeaWolves, in one way or another, do as well, but to see the quality of having all their pieces in line.
And Bennett again.
You know he's looking for the hat trick.
On the far side. Couple of step over, a dance move.
Oh, great save, Peter.
Left over, Reynaud put it over the top of the bar, save, and we'll get the changes in the line.
Take another look at this one. Quick step over, cut to his right or left.
Good reaction, save by Sliva.
Yeah, Peter read that one all the way. Could see exactly what Reynaud was trying to do. As soon as he cut onto his left, you knew he was going to try and take the shot.
And we'll roll it. Ruggles the inside. Comes all the way out to the yellow. LSO keeps it going. 7-13 to the right. That one, oh, a big stick and a swing. Neal trying to clear along the boards. Ferdinand winning the 50-50, but putting it out of play.
Got a timeout now.
So midway through this third quarter, it is all Milwaukee, 5-1 over the SeaWolves of Orlando.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now, and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, especially if you've struggled with medical bills, divorce, student loans, job loss, and more. And millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. This leads to a lower credit score. That's why you need credit repair now. We'll communicate with your creditors and the credit bureaus to address unfairly reported items, late payments, collections, charge-offs, and even bankruptcies. And that can lead to a higher credit score. Our proven process has resulted in past clients.
Back at Silver Spurs Arena, Orlando SeaWolves played the entire month of February on the road, and their homecoming has not been a good one thus far, down 5-1 to the Milwaukee Wave. 5 straight games away. And first of 2 here at home tonight. Oh, a bad opportunity there from Rojas, who had a flick header. Milwaukee on the counter. In stride. Held up a little back heel. They work it left.
Great job by Huffman.
Hayne already has 1 goal. And Huffman sold out again. Ricardinho.
Close it down.
All the way through from Bradley. Out of play.
Take another look at this one. Back heel, cutting off the angle. Huffman and Sliva had that covered.
And then won another 50-50. He's been good.
He has been.
Turnover. Find this right combination. The SeaWolves here with 6 minutes to go in the third. It's one of the better defensive teams in the MASL. Milwaukee plus 45 on their goal differential, by the way.
It almost seems ridiculous.
It is.
Plus 45.
Orlando plus 3 coming into tonight, so they'll go into the negative portion unless things change here. Neto. There's Alvarez.
Just looking for some sort of space.
Oh, Milwaukee giving an inch of ground.
Oh.
There's a finish, but after
Called
the whistle
back.
and waved
Jersey
off.
tug. Is that what they're calling it?
Well worked, but definitely after the whistle.
Take another look here. What was the call here?
Neto got a little piece of jersey, and Alvarez shot not going to count.
I didn't see enough of a jersey pull to warrant a call like that.
Bennett holds it up to Liete. Yoshi got up working to Mendoza. Neto looking for the handball. Curiel just able to clear as far as halfway. Johnny Mendoza from distance. In the corner, Reynaud. Brave challenge from Johnny. And Bennett comes away. Reynaud to this near side.
Reynaud against
physical.
Mendoza.
Bennett keeps the run going. Gerson back out there for Orlando. Tough ball to settle off the turf here. Sleva distributes wide. Gerson, good win or no? Coming back.
You can tell the frustration is just starting to set in more and more for Orlando. Some calls not going their way, getting chippy, trying to force their way back into the game. Just got to keep your composure here.
Gerson chasing the loose ball, clipped down just outside the area. And Orlando.
Blue card.
Will get the power play coming up now.
The first one of the game for Orlando. You take another look at here.
Yeah, Ruggles got him.
Yeah, sure. He got him.
Nothing malicious.
I'd agree with that.
Certainly.
Nothing malicious, but he definitely got him. And you know, Orlando was definitely asking for the blue card, and the refs
Well,
abided.
Gordy had gotten around him, so that's
Yeah. It took the ref a second to get the
It'll be a
blue
penalty
card out
as
here.
well.
Yeah. So Gordy's, I think, 1 for 1 in open play penalties like this, but in the penalty shootout in the first game of the season, he had his block. So
and he
we'll
won't
see.
lay off, you know this.
He'll take it.
So Gerson already has a goal.
It's got to be a bit, you got to go direct.
Going against Lemos here. Waiting for the whistle. Gerson on the yellow line, everybody else on the white. Ready, set, go. Gerson off the inside bar. Settled. Now the power play. 1:55 to go. That one going to come all the way back to Neal. Can he save it? Lou does just that with Bennett putting on the pressure.
It's not your night. It just seems to, nothing seems to go right. Gordy did get that one first goal, but
yeah, he had him beat, but missed the target
so
wide
unlucky.
right.
So unlucky.
That one off the top of the bar. Good pull down by Alvarez.
I think Lemos got a piece of that one as well.
Gerson spins around, Lemos again. That's going to roll all the way to the backside. Neal will collect here on the power play. 1:15 to go. Possession so key. Don't lose the ball. 1:05 left on the man advantage. Neal to Rojas. Orlando on the power play this year, 48%, tied for 4th in the league. And are over halfway through here from being denied. Inside, back post, and it was just knocked out before Neal could get to it. Couldn't react quick enough. And with 42 seconds left in the power play.
What can I say about it? It's just sitting at the doorstep.
Boy, yeah, Leite got it first.
One step is all Louis Neal needed earlier than he took to
Leite.
knock that one and just tap it in.
Credit to Marcio Leite.
I mean, again, the Milwaukee defense has been incredibly stout tonight. They have really dominated this game defensively and not allowed a lot of good chances for Orlando.
One, looking for a shorthanded goal was Ferdinand. Now he'll have to hustle back.
Almost megged Peter Sleva, too. 29 seconds.
Sandoval to Alvarez. Gerson calling for it on the far corner. Neal is grabbed.
They'll call that one.
Clock stopped at 2:22 in the third, 19 to go in the power play. 15 seconds from killing it off for the Wave.
It's got to take a shot here.
10 seconds. Neal all the way across. Saved by Alvarez. 5 seconds left in the man advantage. Louis Neal has it with 1 second. Power play is over. Ruggles comes back on, even strength. Alvarez will put it in. A little flick from Gerson, nearly found the net. And cleared by Milwaukee, who killed off penalty number 1 on the night.
It's such a confidence killer that every single time you get a good look and an opportunity on goal, and it just doesn't go in, whether it's the post, the crossbar, cleared off the line. Just a kill. It just hurts the confidence, if anything.
We'll roll it back. 1:30 to go here in the quarter. 5-1 Milwaukee Wave. Playing the part of the league leaders well tonight. And, for a flick header from Ozzy, excuse me.
Thinking of Ozzy Alonso from Minnesota United.
Yeah.
Formerly of the Seattle Sounders.
Yeah, long time. Good pickup, my Adrian Heath. You caught my snarky smile after I said that. See Rojas here for the SeaWolves, who have, so right now, continuing to take it on the chin. And a way of looking for their vengeance from one of those 3 losses this season.
They're 15 minutes away, 16 minutes away from doing it.
Milwaukee was not going to come in here and lose 2 in a row. They lost to Harrisburg on the back end of a back-to-back on the road. Took out Baltimore, which is the impressive one, 3-2.
Yeah, and I've heard with Harrisburg, it's a very tough place to play.
Yes.
For many reasons.
Ferdinand will shoot it. Sliva paws it over the top.
You see Ferdinand almost toying with the defense there, faking 3 different shots, sending 3 defenders to the ground.
Comes the corner. Bennett. Quick touch, and now counter attempt here for Orlando. Schmerman goes into the attacking half.
See how quick Milwaukee's able to get back. Schmerman behind a bit.
In the corner on the ball from Huffman. Neto. Dudu Cruz. Oh, a nice redirect attempt.
Good look by Huffman.
Enough on it. Didn't challenge Lemos enough. Here comes a bit of the pressure. This has not bothered the Wave one bit tonight. This one high in the sky.
Somehow didn't hit the scoreboard, too.
Shoulder to head.
They're going to call that a handball.
Okay.
They did.
Just a shade under 8 seconds to go here in this third quarter. And Milwaukee will have a happy travel day tomorrow as they head to St. Louis. The team at home has had some good results this year. Have beaten Orlando twice in this building. 5-1 as we go to the fourth. The end of 3. SeaWolves have 4 goals to make up in 1 quarter. We'll be right back.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so strong, it can stop a speeding bullet. And this biaxial braid fabric is so strong, we decided to build a hose out of it. And here it is, the brand new Pocket Hose Brass Bullet. So incredibly strong, it can stop these trucks dead in their tracks. Just turn on the water and watch the brass bullet inflate and expand to a full-size super hose. Then when you're done, turn off the water and it shrinks back down to a lightweight pocket hose. This new brass bullet hose will never tangle or kink. Never! Get the incredible 25-foot Pocket Hose Brass Bullet today for only $19.99. And you'll also get the Turbo Shot Jet Nozzle free. Order now, and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. Toss the old hoses away and grab a brass bullet hose today.
Call 1-800-355-7430 to get your brass bullet hose. Call or visit brassbullethose.com. So call 1-800-355-7430. Order now.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, especially if you've struggled with medical bills, divorce, student loans, job loss, and more. And millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. This leads to a lower credit score. That's why you need credit repair now. We'll communicate with your creditors and the credit bureaus to address unfairly reported items, late payments, collections, charge-offs, and even bankruptcies. And that can lead to a higher credit score. Our proven process has resulted in past clients seeing on average 11 negative items removed from their credit report and a 40-point increase after the first 4 months in our program. Start working on your credit today. Call now to start repairing your credit score so that you can work towards getting the things you want, like a new car, new home, an education, or new job. Plus, call now and request your credit report and credit score for free in minutes.
Call 1-800-776-1642. That's 1-800-776-1642.
Milwaukee Wave in control. Gearing up for quarter number 4. Looking at the stats, 3 quarters in, we've got SeaWolves out shooting the Wave 21-16, yet trailing on the scoreboard 5-1. The rest of the weekend is later on tonight, Tacoma and El Paso, San Diego and Turlock. And on Saturday, Orlando back here against the rivals from Florida, Dallas and RGV. And St. Louis hosting Harrisburg. Sunday, 4 more games on the MASL schedule. Austin, you made mention, blocked shots have been a big factor tonight. The Wave have had 15 of them to Orlando's 9, and we're underway here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, it's been a clinic almost defensively for this Milwaukee team, and again, they're just so good, and Orlando is missing some key contributors tonight.
Only one time have Orlando failed to score more than 1 goal. And that was against Baltimore in the 2nd game of the season when they lost 4-1. In front, and Lemos let the ball roll right to his hands. Milwaukee going left to right here in this 4th and final quarter, looking to secure the victory. Bradley up against Yoshi. Ricardinho. Going on the loose ball, Liete.
2-on-1.
1-on-1. And that one off the wall. Waiting on that back stick was Hain. The ball never got there.
You could see they wanted it to go there. It's lucky for Orlando, they were able to break it up.
Here, Giuliano Olivero playing a lot of possession here. Play keep away. Hain. Circle it back around. Instead has Chino here near side. That's exactly what they'll do. They'll invite Orlando to come out and play.
Where they've been so successful. So a bit of a collision there between Chino and Sandoval.
It's trying to manufacture something.
You could see a little bit of tired leg setting in, maybe a little bit of drop confidence. That ball was right in between Rojas and Gordy, and well, neither of them really went for it. And you can see Milwaukee, I mean, they're perfectly happy to take the ball.
5-1 edge. It was 2-0 after the 1st quarter, 4-1 at halftime, 5-1 in the 3rd. And Gordy with Alvarez here. Dumped into the corner. Gerson pushed from behind.
And it's a blue card.
Blue card against Curiel. So 2nd power play coming as Chino will be sitting down for 2 minutes.
Yeah, hard to argue that one. And I'm surprised Chino is, really, because you saw the elbows extend. Still 12:31 left. I mean, Orlando's by no means out of it, but they need to start scoring soon. And this, on a 2-minute man advantage, is, well, you need to capitalize.
Second power play of the night is underway. 12:28 to go in the game. Neal got the laces on that one. On the back post, it was Gerson waiting for it. Lead to the corner. Sandoval on the restart. Big swing from Neto. Came up short. Now you got to watch out for the shorthanded opportunity. Good job getting back.
Great job by Yoshi there.
Neal gets that one off the back of Stuart Grable and safely in the hands of the keeper Lemos. Long release. We talk about a good target player in Bennett. Can't get that one though.
Very quick, very agile, and very good with his feet.
1:14 to go here in this power play. Second of the match for Orlando. They trail 5-1. Alvarez, the yellow line, back to Sandoval. Halfway through the man advantage. Gerson rolls it in. No trouble to Lemos, who will hold the ball as long as he can. 50 seconds to go. And he's calling timeout.
They finally got the timeout.
Finally gets it, but
well, the
another
clock,
10 seconds rolled off.
The clock continued to run, so
you can sort it out.
They really got to put time back on there. The ref never blew his whistle, though. He just kind of stopped everything, stopped everyone from doing stuff, and let it run.
Well, as we sort this out, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the SeaWolves. Again, we've said it ad nauseum tonight. Big game tomorrow against the rivals, the Tropics, coming in here, 7:05 start. Then on the road, a doozy of a road trip. It's a back-to-back. You see the start times, 8:35 in Kansas City, and then the 8-hour trip to Milwaukee. Be one of those where you just kind of concede one of those games and go for points on one of them. And then Tropics, again, back here in Kansas City, makes their first trip here at Silver Spurs Arena. That coming up on the 16th, a very busy month of March for the SeaWolves.
Yeah, and you talk about Kansas City. Kevin Ellis, a former Orlando City loanee, just signed there, had a brace against the SeaWolves. Kind of weird seeing him out there.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to the 2013 season, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Him and CJ Sapong loaned to Orlando City after
Dwyer?
Dom Dwyer went back to KC.
Well, makes sense. Kevin Ellis last played with Sporting.
Yeah, it was really weird seeing Johnny and Kevin at the same time because they were teammates back in 13.
Right.
I think that was Johnny's rookie year, as a matter of fact.
I believe you're right.
Now, we've seen a lot of players from the outdoor game going into the indoor game.
I don't see a lot the other way, do you? Well, most indoor players have played outdoor at some point.
Correct. There has been one from the Ottawa Fury who just signed with LAFC a few weeks ago. Really impressed in preseason. He's an Ottawa native, and he's one of the very rare ones that starts in MASL and then makes the jump to outdoor.
Yeah, certainly unusual. It just goes to show you the quality of the players in this league, even if they're towards the end of their careers. They still have it. And Ferdinand gets into the back of Yoshi. That will slow it up. 35 seconds left in the power play. SeaWolves need a goal desperately. Alvarez off the wall and cleared. Looking for Gerson. Off it goes, and we'll have a corner again. No. Gerson and the SeaWolves saying it went off of Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. I mean, the ref's right there.
Well, Miter, I'd like to thank them for providing tonight's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production back in 1817. Miter, a proud partner of the Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. On the run again, can he make it a hat trick? Not that time. 10:30 to play. 5 seconds left in the power play, and it will be the Milwaukee Wave killing off another one as Chino comes back on. We'll get all the bad stuff out of the way in one match. This would be the match to do it, right?
Exactly.
When things don't go your way.
You knew the quality of Milwaukee coming into this game. You're
Cruz will give it a go in front. Hit the far post.
Again,
you were saying
it's not the SeaWolves night. That's all I can say about that. But you knew what you were going to get from Milwaukee in this game. Being refreshed, being actually not having a game the night before, and we've said this ad nauseum in this broadcast. It's just Milwaukee are good.
Neto, again, his home debut tonight.
Both him and Huffman. These are the signees that you need to step up in these situations, especially tomorrow night.
And selling out was Chino. And Milwaukee comes out of there with it. Reynaud. And that will miss the target wide left off the foot of Grable. But they'll set up shop in the attacking third. 9:22 to go. It has been all Milwaukee from the get-go. Watching the Orlando SeaWolves and Milwaukee Wave here on MASL TV. Remember, you can catch each and every game on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. And now we're seeing a lot of the games also on 11 Sports. Ruggles' shot will be deflected up. And how about the dust getting knocked off that speaker?
Oh, my goodness.
Rodeo dust for ages.
I mean, the Silver Spurs Rodeo was just in here a while ago, but that ball hit the speaker and a plume of dust just exploded off of that thing. It's a what? I mean,
gotta get some lemon pledge.
I always wonder why I'm coughing and suffering from allergies in this building.
Woo! And the field goal is good. Sent
that one
all the way up to the top of the concourse.
Struck right at the top too. You can still see the dust. It's still just looming there.
Yep. 8:55 to go. Still 5-1.
You can kind of get an idea of how this game has gone when we're talking about dust.
Yeah. Going to be done and dusted in 8 minutes and 43 seconds. Cruz. Huffman. Rojas in the only goal scored by Gerson in the second quarter. Sandoval had the assist on that one. Restart, 8:25 to play. The run up from Huffman and deflected wide. Ferdinand's been solid tonight, going back, cleaning up defensively. Natives restless here. Silver Spurs Arena. The step over. Huffman will fire again from deep. Sending it through. Diving to his right was Lemos. Cruz was in the vicinity to finish. A lot of these arenas, in particular here, it's turf over cement.
Mm-hmm.
And your legs are going to be hurting a bit when you got to play a game the next night. And remember, the Florida Tropics not playing tonight. On a rest, we'll take the mid-quarter timeout. 5-1 it remains. The Wave leading the SeaWolves.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you call now.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-343-7292.
Well, Orlando struggling to get things working without Thiago Freitas and Victor France on the field tonight, both injured. We're talking 13 goals.
Not even mentioning
and 17 assists out of the lineup tonight.
Not even mentioning Luke Bowden, who hasn't played in the last few games. He
he generally doesn't go on the road anyway. He's an assistant coach at Rollins College, and they've got
now an undergrad student at Rollins as well now.
That's right, going to school. Former assistant under Tom Traxler at Winter Park High School locally too. Looking to put the nail in the coffin in last 7:30. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following the MASL on Facebook and Instagram, at MASL Arena on Twitter. MASL Soccer is your Facebook destination. Good step up from Sliwa, calm as always. Cruz will settle things down. Excuse me, Mota. Oh, selling out. Boy, Milwaukee wants it tonight. Bennett intercepted off of Orlando. Corner.
I mean, it's not like they need any more goal differential.
That's right.
Jeez, cut them some slack, guys.
Get one more, they'll be up to 50. 4 plus 4 on the night.
That's the mark of a good team, though, isn't it? They don't quit when they're up 4. They keep going. They keep pushing the same pace as just any other game.
The quicks from Ferdinand, a touch and a goal. Zliete makes it 6-1. So Marcio has his 5th goal of the season. And the Wave enacting their version of revenge. Waver, well, it's academic, 14-4.
Oh.
14-3 on the season, yeah.
Right through the wickets. Come on, Peter.
That kind of night.
It really has been that kind of night. And it's such a reminder, like you said before, of that Baltimore game. Just nothing would go in, and you're gonna have one of those nights. And
Neto.
This is another one. You hope that you get it out of the way now.
And that one wasted 20 rows up from Sandoval.
At this point, why not? Just take some shots.
This will be the toughest defeat in the short history of the Orlando SeaWolves. 5 goals, the differential right now. Lost by 5 to Florida earlier this season. Oh no, they won by 5, excuse me. So lost by 4 at Utica.
And just to put some things into perspective.
And by 5 at Kansas City.
Right, Milwaukee, that 8-2 win that they had against Kansas City, Ian Bennett scored 6.
Ruggles. Well, you don't have your full complement of attacking pieces, especially the two that are the playmakers.
And this is
going to be a long night.
You always kind of forget that this is an expansion team as well. You know, they're still trying to put the pieces together on the fly in some instances as well. You know, Thiago was a mid-season acquisition, well, early season acquisition. Neto and Huffman as well, mid-season acquisitions. So they're just trying to find the right combination of guys. And this team is 6-6, soon to be 6-7.
Rojas got clipped.
It's a lot of trial and error. You know, first season, it's always going to be hard.
And a franchise, an expansion type of thing. But of course, most of these players, or a lot of the players on this roster, were in Cedar Rapids as they moved here.
And that has helped to this point as well.
Big wind up all the way across. Yoshi keeps it alive, sends it down the yellow line. Chino doing due diligence. 5 minutes to play. 6-1. Under the movie Tin Cup. And the Cheech Marin character says to Roy McAvoy, "You humble now, Holmes," after posting like an 80-something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the equivalent tonight. But there are still more to play. This is just the 13th game of the season out of 24. And trying to catch Sleva off his line, unable to do so. 4:30 to go. Get the bad game out of your system, boys.
Just see it out. Kevin Naranjo, who's in now.
This will be headed out of play. Corner coming the SeaWolves' way. Lemos has been solid, save for the goal by Gerson in the second quarter. He's in shutout territory tonight. Sandoval on the restart. Just blocked again.
What are we, over 25 now at this point? Feels like it. They were at 15 going into the third, I think.
Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This every weekend. Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. Neal back out there. Get a little momentum going into tomorrow night against Florida. And Naranjo, full of energy, as the sub tonight, hasn't played yet.
Yeah, I would have hoped that he would have come in a little bit earlier, you know, especially trying to manage the workload a little bit with these guys. And Naranjo, you know, he's another one of those outdoor to indoor players, but he's been learning. The thing about him, as well as Drew Goff, they've both, you know, they're not getting the playing time necessarily. Drew's currently injured. He hurt himself in practice yesterday, but you know, Kevin, he's been learning. He's been picking these guys' brains as many chances as he can get, and you know, it's good to see him a little bit at least paying off those dividends.
25-year-old native of Columbia, Naranjo, joined the team in a tryout down in West Palm Beach. Played his college soccer at Georgia State in the Sun Belt Conference. That one curled by Huffman. He missed the target by not a little. 3:06 to go. You want to get out of this without no injuries, and that'll be a positive to take. And SeaWolves down two of their better players. You can argue their best, really, as far as creating things.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, you do have to just look at the positives going into tomorrow because it's such a quick turnaround.
Sleva. To get back quick, restart. Ferdinand. Bennett looking for the hat trick, stolen away.
And again, it's that killer instinct you see, you know?
Giving back again.
Still pushing for the next goal and keep trying to pour it on.
Make a statement, because we're going to see you in Milwaukee and don't have any smart ideas that you're going to come in here and beat us. Full strength Milwaukee Wave going on the road. 2:33 to go. Well, Tom Traxler didn't mince words when we talked to him this week. He said, this is, and for my money, the best team in the league we're playing tonight, and this could get a bit ugly. And Huffman, guy who usually gets in on things, not somebody I would want to mess with.
I mean, it was definitely a blue card offense by Huffman. It was a frustration foul. You could see it all the way through.
And Guillem Viega took exception to it. So Huffman, his first time in the box here at home. And with 2:22 to go, actually the remainder of this one will be on a power play for the Wave. As of right now, have a plus 50 goal differential on the season after this dominating performance tonight.
Viega's still upset about something.
Is he going into the box too? Probably for his reaction. So no power play, 2 minutes aside.
And you can see Viega is incredulous Slim is just goodness.
Native of Porto Alegre, Brazil.
Kind of glad
fired
we don't.
up.
I'm really glad, kind of, that we don't have a field mic tonight. We may have picked up some things that shouldn't be aired.
Well, this will save some things for the next meeting coming at UW Milwaukee Panther Arena. It'll be March 9th and again March 31st. These two teams will renew hostilities, I guess. And the season series split 1-1. Bennett trying to make his point in front of Yoshi. There's been a lot of conversation among the referees tonight.
It's just managing this kind of game. Trying to make it as even as possible. I think Milwaukee's probably taking exception to the blue card being shown to Viega for the retaliation after what Huffman did.
You know, certainly got his money's worth on the tackle and deserves to go. Leave a lasting impression. So we'll be 5-on-5 here for the better part of the rest of this one. 2:22 in the game, 2 minutes on the penalty served by Huffman and Viega. And still not sorted out. A lot of people kind of ready to see this one go by the wayside, and they're extending it.
I think that's the assistant, Hassan Ben Nahia, just trying to clarify things. I think now we're actually fully clarified, and you're good to go.
Clarified. Chino, 5-on-5. Open it up a bit. Oh, tripped up, Lemos. He's out of the box. Comes Dudu Cruz. Couldn't redirect it on goal.
And another blue
clattered,
card.
and now there will be a power play. Exactly 1:59 to go. So unless there's any more blue cards.
That's it. I don't like that look from Lemos. He committed the foul, the blue card was shown, and then he stood over Naranjo.
Credit for Naranjo to make something here of his time late. And Neal will pop on. Try to at least make the scoreline a little more respectable. 2 minutes to play here, 1:59 exactly.
Since it was the goalkeeper who committed the foul, he can't go into the box, so a field player will have to take his time. And the refs are sorting it out again of where the foul actually occurred. Was it in or out of the box?
Now,
and it looks like they'll take it out because of the. Oh no, maybe.
Take your time, and
nope,
provided you get it right, it's worth it.
It's in the box. Gordy will have another chance at it. Pull one back at least.
So we'll have on the penalty spot. And Lemos will have just one goal conceded. Going to argue to the very end here. Gordy had the shootout earlier, and he put the ball wide to the right.
Chance for redemption here from Gordy.
From Gordy will shoot and make no mistake. He's got a brace, and what's going to be a losing effort tonight for the SeaWolves, but a parting shot.
Helps for the goal differential. Get one back at least. Again, looking at the positives.
Yes.
To this point, that's what you got to do. Redemption for Gordy for missing the earlier one, but
goal differential pretty high up on the tie breaks for the playoffs and head-to-head number one. So Gerson makes it 6-2. 1:58, that releases the penalty. Should only release the one, right? Huffman's still in. Ferdinand serving it. Okay, they're trying to sort out
they
who's
went in at the
out.
same time, so Huffman should be in, right?
It didn't release. Well, it was a man advantage for
It
Orlando.
was a two-man advantage. Now it's back to a.
No, it was a one-man.
Oh no, it was a man. It was a man advantage.
Yeah, they were playing 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Now again, it's the players
Confusing.
that are still in there.
Well, Ferdinand's in there from the goalkeeper foul now.
Yes. So they released the first one, not the one that happened on the foul.
Yeah, that was Viega, who's now in the bench area.
Right, so they got it right. So Ferdinand's got a minute 30 to sit out, which will take us to the end. And Huffman with 56 seconds, so he'll be able to come out before the end of the whistle, the end of the game whistle. So in 5-on-5 for the next 42 seconds anyway. 1 minute to play in the game. 6-2 Milwaukee. And another blue card. Well, this is turning into an Oprah show. What's under your seat, fans, if you're checking at home? And this will go against
Kevin
Naranjo, so he'll be in the scoring or in the score sheet tonight.
Well,
it doesn't really matter with a minute to play.
You're in the penalty, and then he commits. Tough angle on the camera here, but sure doesn't look great.
Whew. Lonely out there for Schmerman, Dudu Cruz, and Yoshi Sandoval. Only thing protecting.
50 seconds to see it out. Listen, if Milwaukee just wants to play it around the back, that's fine. Just see out the game and
Lemos
go on
out
home.
of the box.
Yeah, this is fine. They just want to keep passing it around like this.
You don't want to get anybody hurt, right? So
right.
I'm sure both coaches are cool with this. You know, the fans are not. I want to see action. This is too much like baseball.
It's 30 seconds.
22 seconds left. Huffman is out of the box. Even strength, and now they'll restart. 13 ticks left. Sleva going to have to come out. 6 seconds. Yoshi from distance. Off the boards. 1-0, and that is that. So Milwaukee enacts their revenge. A 6-2 victory tonight against the Orlando SeaWolves, who will have to regroup quickly, playing Florida tomorrow. Final thoughts, Austin?
Yeah, it was just not their night. Milwaukee put on a clinic in terms of defensive ability, just blocks, saves, and really shutting down this Orlando offense that was missing its key contributors.
Well, we thank you for watching. 6-2 the final. Milwaukee gets their 14th win of the season. Orlando suffers its 7th loss. For Austin David, our producer Drew Vincent, and our entire Gemstone crew, my name is Jeff Radcliffe. Thanks for watching. Again, Orlando falls 6-2 here in Kissimmee. Have a good night, everybody.